Welcome to my biggest book haul this year. I don't even know how many books we have here. We will count them by the end of the video. This is also a huge collection of books that I have accumulated within the past few months from the book subscription boxes that I have, books that I've just bought in stores in general, and just books that I have ordered. And I have been waiting actual months to film this video, but I have been waiting on one particular book to get here, and by the time that I made the decision to just make this video, it arrived. So maybe I manifested it, I don't know. No, but I have seriously been accumulating these books, I think since April or May, so it's been a few months now. The very first book, this packaging reminds me of the cheese what's his name? Bobowski from Coraline. What's his name? Mr. Bobinsky. This looks like the packaging that Mr. Bobinsky gets in the movie Coraline when he gets his cheese. This is just reminding me of it. Anyway, something about the just American consumerism lifestyle, just something about that noise just does something to our brains. Holy moly. Ah! The very first book is The Far Away Inn by Sarah Beth Durst. I adore Sarah Beth Durst with my entire heart. I read her two other books, The Spell Shop and The Enchanted Greenhouse. Fell in love with her writing, fell in love with cozy fantasy, which I had no idea it even existed, and fell in love with, there's something else I was gonna say. She easily became one of my favorite authors, like top 3 favorite authors. After finishing The Spell Shop, I was looking at other books Sarah Beth Durst has written, and I knew that this book was going to come out, and I ended up buying it when it released. I know the whimsy feeling of just looking at this. I know within its pages I'm going to be transported to that place right there. I love the fine detail they put on the sprayed edges. Cozy contemporary fantasy set in a quaint Vermont inn that proves sometimes magic is only a door away. This is gonna make me want to visit Vermont more than I already do. It says, when 16-year-old Calissa arrives at her great aunt's bed and breakfast in rural Vermont for the summer, she's shocked to find a rundown inn rather than the cozy bed and breakfast she was expecting. Grumpy and eccentric Auntie Z is determined to keep everyone from messing with her beloved inn, even though she clearly needs the help. I feel like this is going to be a wonderful coming of age story. That's one of my favorite things about Sarah Beth Durst, is the self-improvement her characters have, and the coziness that she describes is like nothing I have ever read before. This book has some pretty high expectations for me. I'm hoping that this is a 5-star read, and the fact that it's based during the summer, you bet your sweet bottom I'm going to be wanting to pick this book up right now. The next book that I got is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It looks like it is a historical fiction because it says on the back it's taking place in the summer of 1980. It says it's an epic new novel about the extraordinary lengths we go to live and love beyond our limits. What's hard about this book haul is I'm like, every single one of these books I want to pick up right now. And in store, I even read the author's note, and I want to say I read the first page and it totally convinced me to buy the book. The next book is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Every single summer I hear Carly Fortune's books thrown around by the book girlies about how much they love it, and the reason that when I first heard about this book I didn't buy it was because I hear that the cheating trope is in this book. And it gave me the biggest ick that I was like, no, I'm never gonna read that. Then 3-4 years later, people keep bringing up this one and talk about how it's one of their favorite books and reread it. I'm really scared to see what my opinion is on it. Cross my fingers that it's good and that I don't chuck the book across the room. I have been in the biggest summery romance books set at the lake, books based in Martha's Vineyard, at the beach, just out in the sun. And if you can't tell from just the title or the cover, it's going to be exactly that. It says 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart. I feel like that's gonna be the part where I freak out. A weekend to get it right. I really hope this book is not like Love in Other Words, because it's going to make me severely angry. I just decided to give it a shot for my own opinion. If I don't like it, I don't like it. The next 2 books that I got, I'm going to talk about them as a duo, because I did talk about these books in my book shopping vlog that I have uploaded, so I don't want to talk too much about them because I already did. So I have Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I love Funny Story and Happy Place so much, and I haven't read an Emily Henry book since last year, so I'm overdue for one. And I bought Yesteryear by Carol Claire Burke. This is a book that is really popular right now. It is about a trad wife influencer. She ends up getting transported into the past where she actually has to live out that trad wife life. She isn't actually living it in present tense. It's all a big old production, and she's like showing that she is on social media when she really isn't. So I've never read a book that's like this, so it intrigues me that much more to read it. It's going to be difficult to figure out what book I want to pick out next, but that's a lovely problem to have. Then the last book that I have that I bought in the store, the rest are going to be unboxings, is The Bookstore Diaries by Suzanne Mallory. These sprayed edges definitely 1,000,000% caught my eye. I mean, how could they not? I love how detailed they are. Jax has a slight issue with control, as in she needs it always. It says, too bad she has power only over the Painted Lady bookstore, the Victorian mansion turned bookstore she inherited. Already there, when I read it, I was like, that sounds like a blast to read. She's living the bookworm dream until an unhappy accident erases the names from the bookshop lockboxes where the town keeps their diaries, which means the only way to find a diary's owner is to read it. So she ends up reading all of these secrets and scandals that are happening around her town, and she's trying to fix the issue, an accident that she'd created. It says, a book begging to be read on the beach with the sun warm in the sand and salt in the air. Is this book written for me? Now for the unboxing portion of the book haul. The book that I waited actual months for since April has finally arrived. I live in the US. This book subscription, Fairy Loot, is based in the UK, so I can understand why it takes so long for it to get here. Maybe it's a good delay gratification for me to just learn. This is the cozy fantasy subscription box that I have with Fairy Loot. It is a quarterly subscription, so every 3 months I get the book. Also, whatever this book is, I just know that it's going to have gorgeous sprayed edges because that's what Fairy Loot is known for. Sorry, the song that's stuck in my head is booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Booty, booty, booty. I swear I don't have ADHD. What? No way! Oh my goodness. Ah! Shut the frick up. The Faraway Inn. The Faraway Inn. Sarah Beth Durst! The foiling to die for. Okay, calm down. The back. The sprayed edges. I'm going to shove this in your face. Do you see those details? You know what's so cute is every time I get a book that I'm just so excited for, I think in my head, I want to show this to Jaden, my boyfriend. But he's not home, so I can't. Okay, still exciting things. Okay. I feel like I'm a hamster running on wheels right now. Relax. This is why I don't drink caffeine. I'm speechless, you guys. I promise I'll show you. Wow, so cool. Look at that. Every single item on here is numbered, and on the bottom there is the table of contents. And for example, the very first one, it says Stevie the Dragon, and then when you look at number 1, it's Stevie the Dragon. Pretty self-explanatory. That chapter is gonna have that character or that item. Wow, this is so cool. And for the inside, the foiling, the vibes, the pancakes with butter and syrup on them. I love pancakes. Guys, I'm so happy. Okay, well, after buying this, I am that much more excited, if it was even possible, to read the book. The Faraway Inn. I can't believe I literally got a special edition of a book that I bought because I'm excited to read from an author that I love, one of my favorite authors. That was pretty awesome. Now, for my next book. This, after receiving this, I have officially canceled my Evernight subscription. So if you're unfamiliar with Evernight, it is owned by Illumicrate. Illumicrate themselves is a fantasy subscription box. Illumicrate is the main brand, and Illumicrate has created Afterlight, which is a romance subscription box. They also have created Evernight, which is a horror subscription box, and they also have sci-fi and have recently released a mystery box. Let's see, I haven't had the best experiences with the last 2 books that I got from them, so they just didn't work for me, and that's okay. That's just the risk you take with a subscription box, but I really hope that I like this one. Oh, these sprayed edges. Okay, so this is called Japanese Gothic. How badass is that? These sprayed edges are spooky. I actually can't show that on camera. It's actually, oh, I don't think I can show any of this on camera. Oh, I don't know how much blood I can show on camera. Oh yeah, we're not gonna show it. The only one that I think will be okay to share is this one, but the rest, let's just say there's bodies and a samurai sword. It says 2025. Lee can't remember exactly where he hid, but he can remember, I don't think I can say this. Hiding out of his father's centuries-old home in Japan, Lee knows something is wrong with him, and he knows it has something to do with his mother's disappearance of almost a decade ago. And then it goes to 1877. A female samurai, Sen, stalks the borders of her home to protect her family from slaughter. She's not sure how they'll ever survive, not without her father, who has returned from war, a stranger with a different soul behind his eyes. Spooky. When Lee and Sen find one another through a door between their worlds, they're both looking for answers, but what they find in the creaking old house they share is beyond what either of them could imagine. Okay, that sounds pretty darn interesting. For the next 2 boxes, these are from Illumicrate. This is also another book subscription box, but I don't have a subscription box with them. I was able to buy the books that they were just selling to the public, and they are books that are pretty darn gorgeous. My battery's blinking at me. Let me go change your battery real quick. Okay, now that your battery is charged, like you've heard me say, I love cozy fantasy, and these books are very well known to be cozy fantasy, and people who don't even read that genre a lot have read this series and have loved it. And it may be silly to buy the special editions when I don't even know if I like the books, but the books are gorgeous. This is the way I get to choose how to spend my fun money, so no judging here. I'm not gonna judge you on the way you spend your money. You're not gonna judge me on the way I spend my money, okay? So I really hope that I love them. I feel like I am. Like, I just know myself. I know what my reading taste is. I know I'm gonna love them. When I saw Illumicrate have these on their shop, I was sold, literally. They, I don't know how, are even prettier in person. The very first book is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. How gorgeous. Wow, it's so pretty. And the sprayed edges as well, so pretty. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow, I honestly can't decide which one I like more. They both are so stunning. Here's a moment for the art on the naked hardcover, the art in the inside. Wow, so lovely. She also released another book called A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. I love the fine details. I love the border, the pumpkins. Look at that little chicken. Are you joking? It's a ghost. I'm gonna have a lot of footage to cut out, and it's gonna be me just staring and admiring these books. I feel like every time I look at them, I see new details that I never saw before. Here's the front cover, the reverse dust jacket. Look at the size of those pumpkins. So pretty. The tea, the books, the pumpkins. They sure do know what they are doing. A moment of them side by side. Wow. I feel like I'm going to absolutely devour these books, and I cannot wait to pick them up. And I also feel like I can read this right now during the summertime, and then I have a book to look forward to read during the fall time. Look at that stack. She's looking pretty. Now for the very last book. I hope you haven't fallen asleep from being bored. Hopefully I've been entertaining. I know exactly what this book is, and I have been very anxious to open it up. This is a book that I read earlier this year and was almost a 5-star. It was 4.75. It's a romance book that I love, and definitely also one of my new favorite authors. It is Just Friends by Haley Pham. How stunning! Declan and Blair. These characters, I love them. Of course, we need a standing ovation. Wow, look at the flowers. So stunning. Now for the inside. The reverse dust jacket. I definitely prefer this side more because this color palette is stunning to me. As if it couldn't get more beautiful. It does. This is exactly how I envision the cottage that's in the book. How lovely. After reading the book and knowing exactly what scenes these are, it just hits that much better. Okay, well, after this I'm going to FaceTime my sister because she is currently reading this book, and I just know that she's going to be just as obsessed with this book as I am. 10 out of 10. Love it. You know, from Dragon Tales, the like twin sister goes, love it. That's how I feel in my head after this book haul. Love it. They say money can't buy happiness. Sorry guys, but I'm gonna be here for probably 10 minutes just staring at these books. I'm like, which one's my favorite child? I can't pick. I'm very happy right now. The shot of serotonin or dopamine, probably both, that my brain has released during the filming this. I hate when I like think something's spot on, it's so good, and then I stumble my words and then I have to redo it. And I do this all the time and I just cut it out. The serotonin and dopamine that my brain released while filming. Maybe I've been talking too much. The serotonin and dopamine that my brain has been releasing while filming this video is amazing. I did it. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching today's video. I hope I scratched that itch that you are craving while searching for a book haul video. that is going to be it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Booty, 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 booty. Okay, now I'm gonna FaceTime my sister and show her these books. Booty, rocking everywhere. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Rocking everywhere. Rocking everywhere.